would love to go at least one better here in 2017. It's a tall order though. But by the looks on their faces, they're absolutely delighted to be in this first semi-final at the Jawara Stadium. Throughout their earlier match between these two countries, Malaysia was pretty much running at 2 goals to 1. They won the first quarter 18-9. By halftime, they were up 29-16, and then 47-21 before eventually winning 64-27. So here is the lineup for Malaysia, with the 5 substitutes, 7 on court, of course. And we'll be looking for a prolific effort from NORSHIKIN, and a goal defence, NORAMIRAH looking to shut down, along with FARHANA, the attack from Brunei. Tracy Robinson, as mentioned, out of Australia and helping the Malaysian netball program at the moment. All smiles and all confidence, no doubt. For their part, Brunei hoping these players can do the job. ELZZA, goal shooter, and NURULAIN at goal attack. Wonder how much of the ball they'll be able to see, because the mid-court defence of Malaysia has been outstanding through the tournament so far. They're enjoying a goal difference of plus 178, Malaysia. And Ilaka Jinadasa is the head coach for Brunei. Not far away from a start then. Expect the local crowd to make plenty of noise in support of this Malaysian team. They look to have the form to go one better 2 years ago, and of course they're playing at home. Much expected of them, much expected of themselves. They're a confident group and playing like it. So Malaysia, with wins over Thailand 73-30, defeated Brunei, as we mentioned, 64-27. They beat Singapore, their main rivals here, 50-37. So a 13-goal win over the second favourites, if you like, and the winners from 2 years ago, underlines how well Malaysia are playing. And beat the Philippines, who are struggling a little at this level, 96-11.
2017 for the SEA Games Championship for Netball. And it's a great honor today to introduce the starting players for the first semi-final between Malaysia.
Players about to be introduced. We'll stand by for that.
To our visitors, once again, welcome to Malaysia. And like the saying goes, to know Malaysia is to love Malaysia. Starting at goal shooter for Malaysian team, NORSHIKIN Kamal Zaman.
NORSHIKIN being introduced, first of the Malaysian players, goal shooter.
Wing attacker, NURFARIHA Abdul Razak. Center, Pao Mei Fong. Wing defender, SYAFAZLIYANA Muhammad Ali. Goal defender, NORAMIRAH Diana Nur Azhar. Last but not least, the goalkeeper is SITI FARHANA Mustafa.
7 on-court players for Brunei Darussalam. Goalkeeper Nur SYUHAIDAH Fahriana Haji Shukri. Goal attack NURULAIN binti Abdul Hamid. Wing attack Dayangku KHALISHA Pengiran Abdul Rahman. Center Siti Nurul Naziha binti Awang. Wing defense ATHIYYAH As'ad Muhammad Jaafar. Goal defense NURAFIQAH binti SAMAT. And goalkeeper Nur SYUHAIDAH Fahriana Haji Shukri.
So the on-court introductions complete.
From the international pool of umpires. The umpires for this match are Nigel Lim, Yubi Lim, and Budita as the reserve umpire. Ladies and gentlemen, bringing you live from Gora Stadium, Bukit Kiara, the semi-final match between Malaysia and Brunei Darussalam.
Set for a start then in the first of our semi-finals. Malaysia to take on Brunei. Malaysia looking to go one better than 2 years ago. Losing out in the gold medal match to Singapore. The next step is to make sure you're in that match. Malaysia confident they'll be able to do that. NORSHIKIN, goal shooter, hoping that a lot of possession comes her way in good position. There's really nothing to suggest in the lead-up matches that they can't get the job done. Underway then in the first of our semi-finals at Juara Stadium. Malaysia working it around the circle, and the tall target of NORSHIKIN is securely found, and there's the first goal of the first semi. So Brunei quickly taking centre pass, using full width of the court. And you see the pressure that the Malaysia is going to put over the ball on every pass. And might see a few held balls against Brunei. Pass on the edge of the circle for Brunei. Malaysian defender's hand on that, so still with Brunei. Difficult to get it to one of the goalers, but eventually it's ELZZA. Takes the shot, can't find the target. A bit of a scrappy start, turnover in the centre third, and Malaysia push forward once more, patiently, quickly through, and the wing attack, NURFARIHA, and goal attack, and NAJWA gets her first. Malaysia looking for a 3-0 start. Strong use of the body this time from NORSHIKIN, and it is 3-0. Turnover on the restart, that's costly. So Malaysia with it again, quickly out of the centre third. Gave Brunei a look there, and they've created the turnover themselves. That'll give them confidence going forward to know they can dispossess Malaysia. More risky ball, this time it comes off. Want to take the shot top of the circle, want a handier position. ELZZA this time drains it, and there's the first for Brunei. Took them nearly 3 minutes, but ELZZA, lovely shot. They need more of that. Oh, almost a step there from Malaysian goal attack, NURULAIN. Umpires not ruling that way though, and 4-1 Malaysia. Plenty of speed around the circle from Brunei, but it's not creating opportunities to pass as freely as they'd like it. Good pressure in defence. Height advantage for Malaysia at both ends of the court. Creating the turnover there was NURAFIQAH SAMAT. Goal defence for Malaysia. Standing tall. Likewise at the other end as NORSHIKIN doesn't miss from there. And NAJWA is the goal attack. The partner NORSHIKIN. That circle. Little fortunate to get that done back. NORSHIKIN. That should take it. Five-goal lead in the early minutes of this first semi-final. Very quick progress to the circle. Who's going to run this one down? That's a good leave from the Brunei defence, and it's their ball coming up through the centre. NZAIHAH. But again, a turnover. Enthusiasm of the Malaysian defence bringing its reward as another goal is slotted by NORSHIKIN. Doesn't miss many. She's able to work her way to the post. She's being fed well. Unselfish work from goal attack NURULAIN, beg your pardon, and NAJWA. And 8-1. So 5.5 minutes gone, and a more than useful lead established by Malaysia. Well, that was a little out of the reach of wing defence SYAFAZLIYANA. Penalty up the court, edge of the circle, in fact inside the circle for Brunei. Nicely weighted pass from the centre, NZAIHAH. And there's a second goal for Brunei. Concerned faces, the coaches for Brunei. And an enthusiastic cheer squad behind the attacking end for Malaysia as they bump it out to 9-2. NORSHIKIN. Very fluid action. Plenty of height. Nice relaxed shot. Malaysia to convert this possession to get to double figures. NORSHIKIN doing the bulk of the scoring. This time though, leaving it for a partner, and NAJWA. And Brunei, a telegraphed pass really down that far sideline. Got it back though. Defender too close. Oh, but it's off the feet and straight into the arms of the Malaysian defence. When they don't have the ball, Malaysia, everyone is a busy defender. Perhaps not NORAMIRAH, whose job is just to drain these shots. Oh, takes another rebound off a short shot. And NAJWA finishes what, strangely, Ashikin couldn't. But 12-2, and the lead is 10. A little over halfway through the first quarter. Oh, delightful shot. She's back on song after a couple of hesitant attempts a moment ago. It's really quite a short preparation for the shot, but the follow through right on target. And here she is again. She's too tall, too good, and the feeding is ever so accurate. Has missed a few though. Commentators curse. You talk someone up and they'll make a mistake, but she's quick to pounce on this one. Takes rather measured, careful aim. Six to go in the first. A dozen the lead for Malaysia. And they're doing the job here. Everyone expected they would. .37 was the margin when they first met, and by the look of this first quarter effort, that's under threat. You could better that quite comfortably. Ashikin. Umpire moves her in a bit closer. It's got to be retaken. Makes no difference. It's a little bit of a procession here. Well, with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, Malaysia are going to be well past 20. And it may sound early to be talking about it, but Tracy Robinson will be thinking, all right, which of my better players do I give a break to? And just make sure they're nice and fresh for the gold medal match, because already we can tell that Malaysia are heading that way. I mean, no disrespect to Brunei, but the scoreline is emphatic, really, as NORAMIRAH drains another. Ashikin at 23 years of age. And 21 up. No, goal denied. Held ball, perhaps. I think she took that long, but it's out of our hands, isn't it? It's the umpires make these decisions. No great change to the big picture, as Brunei look for just their third goal. Shot is short, but the defender had a hands on it. This goalkeeper and goal defence in Malaysia taller than their respective opponents, and that is having some influence on the way the game's being played at that end of the court. Touch on it from Malaysia, but no completion to the turnover. Now there is. The attack waits for some help, and they work it across the circle before finding NORAMIRAH. and again. Now they're just putting them through with monotonous regularity, pressure over the centre pass, and another turnover. They just look a little bewildered, the Brunei 7 at the moment, as the path to goal is open and free and almost uncontested. A 20-goal lead. It seems only a couple of minutes ago it was 10. Well, they far outstripped their first quarter performance against Brunei from the first time around. A few days ago it was 18-9 at quarter time, 24-3. My goodness, what an opening 15 minutes this is going to be. Brunei with a chance to get just their fourth. Well taken. ELZZA completes the job. Longer range attempt, well, it was going to be until the defender was too close and brought in a couple of feet. And 25-4, well, imagine 25 goals a quarter. You know what that adds up to? And that would be the most unexpected margin against these two teams. Brunei finishing 4th out of 5. Just the 5 teams in this competition for the netball at 2017 Southeast Asian Games. Philippines finishing out of the top 4. 2 years ago, Myanmar was also in the competition, but they're not here in 2017, so just the 5 teams. And that'll be a Brunei possession. So we might have seen the last of the scoring in this first quarter, and Brunei will be pleased at least to stop one more from Malaysia. But there we have it. A surprisingly one-sided first quarter with NORSHIKIN, the woman on screen, getting more than her share. 25-4 at quarter time.
Alright? Okay. So before we move forward to the second
21-goal lead for Malaysia at the first break. Tracy Robinson asking for just a little bit more again from a team which, as the days and matches go by, really owning favouritism for the gold medal. Either Singapore or Thailand stand between them and that achievement. And for Brunei, what can be achieved? Well, just a better second quarter than the first. That will be the number one ask. Malaysia out and ready for the second. Almost late on court. Here we go. Second quarter of the first semi-final. That's Malaysia right to left. Brunei in the yellow and black tops. And with much to do there to turn this match around. Certainly covering a lot of court in their attempt to get it down into the circle. Penalty there against the goalkeeper for Malaysia, Siti FARHANA. Take the shot and take it well. Nicely done from NURULAIN, goal attack for Brunei. And they are at least first to score in the second quarter and have another possession. Touch on it from FOONG, centre for Malaysia to slow down the Brunei attack. A little scrap over that possession. Malaysia win out on court and in the eyes of the umpire. Have made a change at goal attack, Malaysia. Just to bring that to you. And we can. Well, a very loose ball and one in return, so a quick exchange of possession. And Malaysia working it down court. 26-5. A little fortunate to Malaysia. A couple of pairs of Brunei hands over that ball, but it finds its target. And NORSHIKIN finds hers. Been absolutely prolific through the first quarter and a bit. Every pass for Brunei seems to be under great pressure. Those working to the front though, and there's a penalty against the Malaysian defence. Well, again, the shot taken under pressure. Malaysia sweep down court. 5 seconds and it's down the other end. They're letting the ball absolutely hum. (28-5). Brunei have another pass intercepted mid-court. That's where the work's being done by this Malaysian defence. And a step call against NORSHIKIN. So the frequency of scoring has certainly slowed for Malaysia. They changed the lineup a little bit at this attack end. 29-5. Not going to be the result, at least not in any doubt. It's because the complexion of the match has changed a little. Brunei in 5 minutes have only been able to add one goal. In fact, they were, as I mentioned, first to score in the second quarter, but nothing since. Malaysian coach Tracy Robinson will be pleased at least with the defensive effort of Malaysia, but not quite so productive at this end of things. Oh, a sweet shot finds its mark. So Karishma is a new player on for Malaysia. Joining Ashikin in the attacking circle. Not that NAJWA had a bad first quarter, but perhaps Tracy Robinson was looking for a little more production out of the assisting player to Ashikin, who's actually a goal-scoring machine, but maybe Karishma can do a little bit more and take some of the load off, perhaps, from Ashikin, so that she leaves some petrol in the tank for the gold medal match. 31-6, so 2 goals now for Brunei in this second quarter. Better movement from Brunei. Steps in and has to shoot over the defender. Does a good job in doing that. Almost halfway through the second quarter. 31-7, so Malaysia only leading this quarter 6-3, having won the first 25-4. Now a little bit of rhythm being found in the goal circle for Brunei. Oh, what a shot. Karishma, sweet. Very flexible wrist, just an easy, fluid action. No nerves about it at all. Brunei. Answer well. Here's the new goal shooter for Brunei. At least that's been her nickname. Karishma working well out of the circle, but a step goes against Malaysia. 33-9. Fiz is the nickname for Hafiza binti Haji Abdul Sidek, who is the on-court goal shooter now for Brunei. Played in the 2015 Singapore Southeast Asian Games. Hafiza binti Haji. Certainly a very concise abbreviation of her full name. Tracy Robinson looking to express some disappointment to whoever's listening. Sometimes they just talk to themselves, the coaches. The assistant coach does well to just agree as they let off a bit of steam. Brunei looking to work it into the circle, having to go backwards to try and do it, and they turn it over. Great work from the wing attack, NURFARIHA for Malaysia, and they convert. (36-9). So the quarter going 11-5 to Malaysia so far, with under 5 minutes left until half-time. Malaysia doing enough, not doing as much in this second quarter as certainly they did in the first. Right, there's a lot of hope goes with each of these passes. The Malaysian defenders just waltzing in from everywhere. Out to Fizz. If I was to make a comment about her nickname, I like it. She plays with some fizz. Vim and vigour and fizz. And a nice goal though from her partner up front in NURULAIN. As ELZZA moved across to goal attack, in fact. A double switch there, I think. He's working out of the circle. Nice to have that versatility in your attacking players. And wing attacks that can play centre. Goal shooters and goal attacks who can readily swap and just give the opposition something to think about. But we'll have to think about another turnover as the outcome here, as KHALISHA works away in a little closer to the post and converts for 37-10. That is textbook, really. So more changes happening for Malaysia. Hands on it from KHALISHA, but can't complete the turnover. Brunei trying to get it quickly to the circle, but the speed in the transition from Malaysia is, well, it's almost too quick for themselves, really. And they lose possession and deep in attack. They're so anxious to get it down quickly. They've done that so well so many times already. Not this time. Swing it across the circle. Possession will stay with Brunei. 2:50 left until half-time. Fizz looking for position. Has one. Has to shoot over the tall defender and does it well. The goal defence, NORAMIRAH from Malaysia, could do nothing about that shot. Now ATHIYYAH, or Fizz for short. I would have thought that KHALISHA was closer than her 3 feet there, but she does have very long arms. And in any event, Brunei have been able to progress it to the circle. Hard off the rim. Well rebounded by Fizz, and she shoots from long range. Great goal. One of the best so far in the match for Brunei. And ATHIYYAH has certainly seized her opportunity. Coach left her out of the starting 7, and the way she's playing, she realised she should have been on there from the start. Here she is again. Oh, can't complete it, and the rebound taken by SITI FARHANA. Hasn't seen too much of the ball in the last few minutes. NORSHIKIN. And 38-12 So 13-8 the second quarter. A much better effort from Brunei. And all credit to them. They look completely outgunned in that first quarter. A couple of thoughtful changes. That one bounces twice across the rim out of the arms of Fizz, and she out of play? Yes, she is. There was some very nice timing on the moves up the court and away from their accompanying defender from Malaysia. A miss, though, from NORSHIKIN down to the last 20 seconds of the second quarter. The timing on the runs from the Malaysian players when they're in possession and when they're moving the ball up court is really quite impressive. Making their move early. And a nice ball into NORSHIKIN, and she completes the quarter with Malaysia's 39th goal. So 39-12 it is at halftime in this first semi-final between Malaysia and Brunei. The winner to go through to the gold medal game here at Juara Stadium at Bukit Kiara, and it looks to be Malaysia. They're well ahead at halftime. 39-12 they lead Brunei.
That means all single time emerge. Emerge from the water within several tunnels of observation. Show up your resilience. That is very much
Okay, we have Yuri from Indonesia and we have Arina from Tuan punya. Yes. Baru nak keluar kecil kereta mana. Thank you. You're welcome. Are you sure that's a good ladies? Sure. Alright, there you go, bro. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I want everyone as usual to open. One clap. Clap boys. Clap 3 times. Clap once. Clap all times. Twice. Once. Twice. 4 times. Satu punya kiri-kiri.
The battle is about to resume in this first semi-final between Malaysia and Brunei in the Southeast Asian Games netball competition. Mela on at goal defence for Brunei. (39-12). So in the earlier match between these teams in pool play, at halftime it was 29-16. That was a lead of 13. Here the lead 27. But most of that established in a prolific first quarter effort from Malaysia, where they led 25-4. The second quarter went 14-8 to Malaysia. So a far steadier effort. Change things up front again. Malaysia. We had a good second quarter from KHALISHA at goal attack for Malaysia. A goal shooter for Brunei, Fiz. There she is, Hafizah. A little bit of a star of the game since she came on after quarter time, because she made quite a difference to Brunei's effort. Turnover won't be allowed for Malaysia. Possession is with Brunei. 1 each through the first minute and a half. Fiz darting out to the top of the circle to make herself available and wins the penalty inside the circle. Shot is short and Malaysia will be allowed possession after the disputed ball. So Tracy Robinson certainly ringing the changes across the court for Malaysia as they look to just rest the key players. So both Ashikin and Karishma rested out of the goal circle for Malaysia. It's not making a lot of difference though. And NAJWA now back at goal shooter. She started the game at goal attack for Malaysia. The lead is 30. So a 4-1 start to the third quarter. And Tracy Robinson will be quite pleased about the way the changes have settled in. can be very disruptive to the line. Solid bump on Fizz, but yes, the left foot of the defender was strategically placed to bring Fizz to the floor. Nicely converted at the other end though. Keep the lead at 30. Off Brunei hands, Malaysian ball. Incorrectly taken, so that will be a very soft turnover. That won't please the Malaysian coach. He's setting high standards for this team. They've got their eyes firmly on the prize, the gold prize. That is still another game away. But at 44-14 into the third quarter, you know what's going to happen here. Brunei attackers really dwarfed by their opponents. Fizz gets another to Brunei. And she does have some skills, the goal shooter for Brunei, but the action's now at the other end of the court. Not much she can do about this. A bit loose, top of the circle. Now it's well converted by NAJWA. Transverse line almost brought another turnover. Brunei, Fizz gets another trip to the floor. That was her own doing. And just tumbles out of the fingers. And Malaysia will have it. So the lead's still hovering around 30-31. Oh, very crisp. It's textbook stuff from the centre pass to the goal. Just need to finish now. How many attempts do you want? Well, if the defenders keep transgressing, the goalers keep getting attempts. Brunei patiently working around this centre third, looking for a way through this resolute Malaysian defence. Well, defence available on this side, but they don't go there. It's a bit more crowded on that far sideline, but Brunei find a way through it. And this will be taken right into the circle, I believe, or at least the edge thereof. The shot's good. Don't see a lot of players at the top level on court with spectacles. Fizz makes it work. A little flat shot there, not a lot of trajectory, but it's good. Hits hard the back of the rim and goes in. Maybe a more flighted delivery would be more productive. Hard to criticise at 48-16, isn't it? Although a lot of those goals came out of the hand of NORSHIKIN, who's having a rest at the moment. Perhaps she'll come back on in the last, I doubt it. But you don't want a player to get cold and then bring them back on. You could certainly risk a hamstring or a strain of some sort. Oh, And that's been played off a Malaysian foot. So clever work in the end from a desperate Brunei attack. Malaysia. Well, they're just too tall at this end. That's a better shot. Even taken slightly off balance, and the cheer squad get those thunder sticks noisy once more. You know, that's just an advantage play. Why bring that back when Brunei were flowing forward in attack? The umpire has seen something off the ball and really disadvantaged the non-offending team, and this is what the advantage rule is all about. Don't stop the play if the team that's the non-offending team gets disadvantaged by you blowing the whistle. Sometimes umpires don't always get that. Things aren't usually best explained by going for two negatives, but you know what I mean if I say the non-offending team is disadvantaged. Well, that's what happened to Brunei there. Sometimes the umpires can be a little too anxious to blow the whistle. And Brunei can just let that one flow out the back of the court, knowing possession is theirs. 49-18. Still this lead of 30-31. 5 minutes to go in the third. It's been a bit scrappy. I was initially hopeful that all these changes wouldn't upset the rhythm of the game, but to be fair, they have. And so we've had a 10-6 quarter for Malaysia. It seems strange to say, but they really took the match away from Brunei in the first 10 minutes. And they've just been in cruise mode ever since, just putting some changes out on the court, making sure that they don't do anything risky. That's a little bit cheeky from the Malaysian defence, hoping to get away with that one. Slapped out of the court, so it'll still be Brunei, and ATHIYYAH will take this inbound ball. Goalkeeper's out of play now. See the much higher arc on that shot from Fizz. Well, she needs to because she's of shorter stature, but that is a lovely thing to watch. The arc on that shot. Contested ball. Malaysia win the contest. Centre was free a moment ago. They took one too many passes to get there. Under 3.5 minutes left in the third. Malaysia booking their place in the gold medal game with this outstanding performance against Brunei. That really opened up things at the back, and it's nicely finished. Brunei finding the two defenders out of the circle for Malaysia, so they threw it quickly down. They came out hunting for ball and came up empty. That one lips out, and that should be Brunei's ball. It is. They've taken a bit of a battering on court and on the scoreboard. So once or twice got a little physical. Longer range shot is good from ELZZA. And Malaysia hit 50 to restore that 30-goal lead. So they won the earlier contest 64-27. Certainly on track to get into the 60s with a quarter still to go. They've done some very crisp work around the circle. The Malaysian players up front. Yeah, wing attack, centre, goal attack, creating nice spaces for whoever pulls on the goal shooter's bib. Started with NORSHIKIN. And NAJWA is starting goal attack. She was replaced by KHALISHA, who made quite a good impact off the bench. She too was replaced. So 52-20. That's at a 13-8 quarter so far for Malaysia inside the last 45 seconds. So the first quarter went to Malaysia 25-4. The second quarter 14-8. So Brunei a little shell-shocked by what happened in the first 15 minutes, but certainly adjusted well after that. Looked like Fizz had put a bit too much on that shot, but hit the back of the rim and fell kindly for her. Malaysia have to be efficient here to get the last shot away. They will though, but will it be accurate? It will indeed. And that'll take us to 53-21 at three-quarter time. And a look that doesn't give us too many clues from Tracy Robinson, but surely the scoreboard is giving her some satisfaction, as in this first semi-final between Malaysia and Brunei, it's the host nation leading 53-21.
Satu set off. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think both of the teams are ready. Please shout! Round of applause.
Just 15 minutes left then in this first semi-final of the netball competition at these 29th Southeast Asian Games. Juara Stadium is the venue, and the fans here observing a solid performance from the host nation. They've got this one well in control, 53-21. What can Brunei offer in the final 15 minutes? They start in possession. And the defender just in a little too close on that centre pass. So Brunei with it. Players looked to the umpire for some guidance there about who was going to achieve possession after the ball went out of play there, but the missed shot from ATHIYYAH. So Malaysia with a chance to be first to score in this last quarter. Changed it up again. Looks like Karishma is back on for Malaysia at goal attack. There she is. And that one rims out, but Karishma's there. She certainly gives Tracy Robinson another option up front. Has that easy shooting style, certainly alert to any rebound opportunities from missed shots from either herself or whoever might be playing at the goal shooter, but she's looks to be a specialist goal attack. She's got that movement outside the circle that's so useful to have in the GA bib. Fizz to take the shot. No, offloads. And it's off Malaysian hands, so still Brunei. They've got to work it back into the circle, and the goal attack is out there at the moment. So there were two back on Fizz. She had no chance of receiving the ball. He's getting a solid workout from the defenders, and they win the day. Malaysia looking for a 3-0 start to the last quarter, but Brunei enthusiastic, chasing the loose ball. Fizz doing some hard work outside the circle. It's a little bit scrappy, and they seem to be having to take risks all the time to just find a teammate. That's going to be a short pass, nearly. Not that you see that call too often these days. It's very hard for Brunei to penetrate this circle. He's got a bump to the mouth before, and that's why she wants to let this possession go to a teammate. I'm just checking all the teeth are there. But the goal attack for Brunei has finished the job. 55-22. Certainly applaud the effort being made by Brunei here. The match is away from them. Their enthusiasm has not dropped off at all. I think ATHIYYAH is a little upset with a couple of the bumps she's received, particularly one to the face, and understandably so. But the ball comes in at the Malaysian end, and there is goal number 56, and NAJWA had a good game. Certainly their star up front, though, is NORSHIKIN, and she's off the court at the moment, has been since half-time. Simply haven't needed it. It will be interesting to see who Tracy Robinson prefers on court for the start of the gold medal game. They're destined to be in it, Malaysia. She does seem to have so many options. There's good depth in this Malaysian squad. Fiz knows she's been in a game. Now she's got a knock to the elbow. She had a knock to the teeth. Hopefully no one bumps those glasses. It's another nice shot for Malaysia. Azizan. NAJWA Azizan. It's the starting goal attack. She wasn't too productive in the first quarter, and I did wonder whether her being replaced was because of a lack of effort, but I only saw Karishma, who's a completely different style of wing attack, come on for Malaysia to do a good job, and perhaps chastened by some words from the coach. And NAJWA has been much better since coming on again for Malaysia. 34 the lead. Under 9 minutes left in the match. So it'll be another shared bronze medal for Brunei. But considering how they were comprehensively outplayed in the first quarter, they've stood up pretty well since to stem the flow. Put the match in some kind of context. 25 goals now for Brunei. Here we are in the fourth quarter. Malaysia had 25 in the first quarter. That was the difference between the teams. 25-4 Malaysia took the first quarter, and the match was in hand from then on. Karishma. And that goal brings a smile to the face of the goal attack. Halfway through the last quarter. And it's been a good attendance here at this match. They've made plenty of noise to support particularly Malaysia, but the efforts of both teams. Now working it around the circle once more. Looking for a way to get it to Fiza. Fiz takes the shot. That's a pretty good life in the corporate area near the sideline. Good seats, good food. And good netball to watch. As NAJWA drains another one. A little congested on this near side. He's put the brakes on. Crashes into the post. The opponent puts their hands up saying, I didn't do anything. (60-27), so a 33-goal margin. Harking back again to that earlier contest between these teams, with Malaysia won 64-27. So very similar outcome looming here. Really thought the Malaysian score could have been anything after a 25-goal first quarter, but changes to the lineup and an increased effort in defence from Brunei slowed things down. Karishma's taken a knock to the foot here, the goal attack for Brunei. And that one just dribbles in from NAJWA. Three bounces on the rim and through. She gets a green ball to finish far more cleanly this time. Oh, good hands. A little careless from Brunei. Karishma. Very awake, as I mentioned earlier, to the opportunities for a rebound, even off her own shot. She was quickest to it. Well, I sometimes think goalers are when they miss. They don't like missing, so they often make the extra effort on claiming the rebound. And Karishma giving us a good example of that. As the ball's floated in towards NAJWA, but it's picked off. Now she's there on her own. A few too many turnovers hurting the efforts of the Brunei 7. 4 to go. And they have at least now bettered their total from the earlier exchange between these teams, which Malaysia won 64-27. So here we are, 65-28. Malaysia can make the same claim. Oh, sweet shot, Karishma. Makes it look so easy. A little flex of the knees, a little push up, and a ever so flexible shooting arm propels the ball straight and true. Turnover against Brunei. A little bit of the sting out of the legs of the Malaysian players as they bring it down court, but that's another nice finish from NAJWA. Now she's smiling. It looked like it was a bit of an effort before. Going to have a change here as Farul comes back on at centre for Brunei. And one rims out. Almost given straight back to Malaysia. Timeout. As we retrieve the ball. Karishma back to the centre, FOONG. And now the match is apparently genuinely amusing for NAJWA, as they close in on an emphatic victory of 40 goals, possibly plus, and set things up for a shot at the gold medal. Came up one short 2 years ago. What about in 2017 at home? Can they do it? They certainly seem to have the firepower. They've got a lot of depth on a versatile bench. .90 seconds to go, and this classic sweeping down court raid from Malaysia. This one unravels just across the transverse line into their attacking goal third. So a battered ball, I'd sometimes call that one, from the Brunei team. Malaysia go hunting for more. And NAJWA. And Karishma. Minute to go. Malaysia with it. Off the centre pass, and they'll have the chance to go to 70 goals. Oh, ambitious. But, and it draws the goal shooter NAJWA out the back of the court, so that will be Brunei ball to work with as we tick down towards the last 30 seconds of this first semi-final. It's been an impressive outing from Malaysia. They've ticked most of the boxes. They've given most of the players a start. Some court time. Maybe Tracy Robinson, the coach, has answered a few questions she had about who to play in the gold medal game. Must have been very confident about going there. And as we get down to the last 10 seconds, the crowd certainly know that they can look forward to seeing Malaysia play again and for the top prize. Did she get the shot away? She did. And KHALISHA kicks Malaysia out to a 70-28 win. And they find plenty to be happy about after that willing performance against Brunei. They really had it in the bag at quarter time. 25-4 they led at the first break. Then 39-12, 53-21, and finally 70-28. A good last quarter. They added 17-7. So the last quarter was their second best. All credit to Brunei for steadying the ship after being outgunned in the first quarter. They were more productive, particularly from ATHIYYAH at goal shooter. But Malaysia, too good. And through to the gold medal game they go after defeating Brunei in the first of the semi-finals by 70-28.
NURFARIHA Abdul Razak.